Hey friends, how are you? I hope you're having a great day today. I'd like to introduce you to this project. This is my Cityscape Silhouette project that was designed especially for kids and beginners. You do not have to have any drawing or painting experience at all to be successful with this project. I will take you step by step through the entire process so you will feel comfortable. I'd like to go over the supplies and the materials that you will need for this project. The first thing that you'll need is paper. I use a thick watercolor paper here. If you have a thick watercolor paper available to you, go ahead and use that. And if you don't, that's okay, just use what you do have. You will need some paints. I like to use a set like this because it has a lot of different color options. You will need some clean water and a paintbrush. You will need a pencil with an eraser. You will need a permanent marker. You will need a paper towel for spills and cleanups. And you'll need a mat to put under your workspace to keep it nice and tidy and clean. I'm looking forward to teaching you this project. Let's get started. Alrighty friends, so let's get started on the first step of our Cityscape Silhouette painting. What we're going to do first is we are going to make a small circle somewhere in this area. So it's above the midline of our piece of paper, but below the top of our piece of paper. So I'm here right in the middle. And we're going to make a very light circle. My circle is going to be a little bit darker than yours because I want you to be able to see it, but I'd like you to make a really light circle, okay? That's going to be our moon. So our moon's going to be here, and our silhouette of our cityscape is going to be down here, all right? So let me put that down. What we're going to do to prepare our watercolor paints is we're going to put a drop of water inside each of our pans of paint, and what that will do is it will dissolve our paints just a little bit so they are ready for us to use. So let me finish that up, then I'll tell you, I will explain the process to you. So we're going to allow these paints to dissolve just a little bit and get ready for us, soften up. And while we're waiting for that, let's talk a little bit about our painting here. So this is going to be our moon, and what we're going to do is keep this white, and then around our moon, what we're going to do is we are going to have different colors radiating out from our moon. So this first color is going to be a pretty small circle, and then as we come out, we will get bigger and bigger with our circles. Our colors will blend into each other a little bit, and that's fine. What I'd like you to do is think about the colors that you'd like to use for these circles that are going to go around your moon. Because our moon's going to be white, I would suggest lighter colors. So I'm going to keep in mind that this is going to stay white, and the next color that I'm going to use is yellow. I'm going to be touching my circle that I created, and I'm going to be going around my circle with another circle of yellow paint. I'm going to be working pretty quickly because I want my colors to blend in together a little bit. So let me make my yellow circle. Now I'm going to go for orange, and I'm going to touch my yellow circle with my orange and go around, making sure that I have plenty of water on there. Just make it bigger and bigger as we get further away from our moon. All right, friends, so what you're going to do is you're just going to keep up this shape, this circular shape. And remember, we're not painting up and back like this. We're not painting zigzag. We're making sure that we're going around our initial circle. Okay, that's really, really important for this project. All right, after I have this circle, now I'm going to choose a different color. I think I'm going to choose a pink color. So I'm going to touch my orange and I'm going to go around in a circle with my pink. Some of you might not have pink in your palette. If you do, you can go ahead and do this if you'd like to, or you can use maybe a red or any other color that you'd like. So I'm going around, making sure that the colors are nice and bright. A little bit more. I think after I use my pink, then I'll go on to my purple and then maybe a blue. That's just what I'm going to do. You can do whatever you like. Of course, this is your artwork. Right, so there's my pink, and I'm going to use purple next. Going around, and as you can see, I'm starting to run out of space in certain areas, and that's exactly what's supposed to happen. Okay, come around here. I'm going to just speed up this video while I'm painting this part, and you can watch me or you can get started on your own. I'll be back in just a minute. Alrighty friends, I'm back and I think that this turned out really beautifully. And what we're going to do now is we're going to allow this a little bit of time to dry. And the reason why is because when we start adding our black silhouette, we want it to be pretty dry so the colors don't spread around. So I'm going to make sure that this is dry. In the next step, we'll start drawing and painting our silhouette. I'll see you back here in just a little bit. Hey friends, welcome back. So my painting so far is completely dry, and what we're going to do in this next step is we are going to create our buildings down here at the bottom, our cityscape. Keep in mind that they're going to be completely black because it's going to be a silhouette, meaning that the moon is shining so bright and when you look at them, they're just going to look black. There's not going to be any details other than the actual shape of the buildings. All right, what we're going to do is we are going to take something to draw with. I'm going to choose a Sharpie marker so you can see it, so you can see what I'm actually doing. If I used a pencil, it might be too light on this piece of paper. If you want to use a Sharpie marker, go ahead and do that, or you can use a pencil if you feel like you might want to erase. It's completely up to you. So the first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to start making some shapes down here at the bottom. Some are going to be shorter, some are going to be taller, some are going to have different shapes on the roof. It's completely up to you as to what you would like to do with your shapes. I'm going to start out with a shape that looks like this. It's a straight line and then it's going to come down like this. It doesn't have to be perfect. Now for my next shape, I think I'm going to go up, and I'm going to go over, and I'm going to come down. So this is building 1, this is building 2. On top of building 2, I'm going to make a shape like this, a semicircle on the top, and then at the very top, I think I'm going to make another circle like this, kind of like a tower. Now for this next building, I think I'm going to go shorter, like this, and notice I'm going slowly and carefully, so I'm doing my best work. The next building, I think I'm going to make a little bit taller actually. So I'm going to go like this, over, and then down. And then on top of this one, I think I might make 2 rectangles like this. I think that'll look pretty cool. And then over here, I think I'm going to make a building. I think this is going to be my last building, so I'll make it just straight across like this. So this is the whole building right here. Now I'm going to go back here and I'm going to decide if I want to put any other details at the tops of these buildings to give it a little bit more interest. I think what I'll do is I will add something right here at the top. I think I'm going to make a series of rectangles. So I'll start here, and then I'll make this one a little smaller, and this one a little smaller. And at the very top, I'll make a really, really skinny one like this. And I might even put a little shape like that at the very top. All right, let's see. I think I'm going to do something on this one as well. I think maybe I will make, a square. And on top of that, I'll make a little dome. And then on this one, I think I'm going to leave that plain. All right, so I'm very happy with the way that these shapes have turned out. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to start applying paint onto my silhouette. And the paint is going to be black, a dark black. All of this down here is going to be covered up, all right? So be aware of that. This green's going to be covered up, and so is the blue, most of it. And what we will see up here is we will see the colors, okay? So I will see you back here in the next video. Alrighty friends, I'm back, and what we're going to do in this video is we are going to be painting our buildings black. We're going to be painting our silhouette black. So I'm going to get my black, and I'm going to make sure that it's pretty dark. I want it to be as dark as I can get it, and it might take a little bit of testing. I'm going to start on this one right here, and I'm just going to be careful when I'm painting, and I'm just going to start painting the whole thing black all the way down. So I'm going to speed up this video, and you can either watch me or you can get started on your own silhouette, and I'll meet you back here in just a little bit. Alrighty friends, welcome back. I really like the way that this has turned out. It looks fantastic. I wanted to mention something. If you feel like you need to go over your buildings a couple of times, go ahead and do that, because sometimes as your paint dries, you'll be able to see the other colors coming through. So if you don't want that look, go ahead and go over your buildings again with your black, and that should take care of that. All right, when we come back, we're just going to be doing a little bit of touch-up erasing, and then we will be finished. I'll see you back here in just a minute. Alrighty friends, welcome back. So the last step is we're going to erase this circle that we created initially. Sometimes the pencil comes off really easily, and sometimes it takes a little bit more effort. Just be very careful that you don't erase so much that you're hurting your paper. That's really, really important. It doesn't have to come all the way off, just do the best that you can. All right, I'm going to erase that, and keep in mind your paper needs to be super duper dry if you are trying to get this off of your piece of paper. So there's a little bit of pencil left over on mine, and that's not going to be a problem at all. All right, perfect. All right, friends, I hope that you enjoyed this lesson. I'll see you next time.